Hey guys, welcome back to the Arsenal Save. Welcome to a transfer window. We asked the question yesterday, is it time to spend big? Because our form wobbled and our league position dropped. And we find ourselves in a situation where maybe we need a little bit more quality if we're to genuinely compete on all fronts this season. Disappointing results in the month of December, really. A draw against Chelsea, a draw against Brentford, three defeats out of 4, Everton, Tottenham and Manchester City. We really needed that win against West Ham to get morale back round. So we've Mansfield to start in the FA Cup. We'll sim that with a full strength side. We've had a week's break. We've got a week's break after. Makes more sense to do that. Stoke, Newcastle and Crystal Palace after that, although expect another FA Cup game in there at some point. So certainly might end up jumping into 2 episodes for January. Waiting on scout reports on a number of potential backup goalkeepers, thanks to your feedback in the comment section and on Twitch as well. A number of goalkeepers, almost all of which need scout reports. And then there's a number of central midfield options as well, most of which don't need scout reports. But I'm really not sure what to do there. And then when it comes to wider options, Asensio, Neto and Sinistera are the 3 that we have currently as potential rotation wingers. Sinistera, absolutely doable. Pedro Neto linked with Arsenal in real life. Wait and see how good he actually is. And then Asensio is just a quality player. So there's a lot hanging in the air at the minute, but we have the transfer budget to do it. And certainly we would like to. So we will be spending big this transfer window. It's just a case of on who. We need to figure that out. And we will do throughout the course of the next 30 to 40 minutes or so for you. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying, please, continually. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. The My Player is coming to a rather heated and tense finale soon. So do continue to check that save out later on in the day as well. Right, cracking on. Bid for Adebiosu, which I'm happy to just accept as well from Minnesota United. I don't know whether you've played terminates contract. Let's see, pal. I don't know whether they'll be able to agree wages or not. But we should be arriving on the day of the Mansfield game in just a moment, so you might as well stick with me. A bid for Nicola Pepe from Benfica is already in talks. No, he's rejected a contract offer from Sporting. Well, that's frustrating. I'll just accept that straight off the bat, though, because we just want to get rid of him. And now we can sim the match against Mansfield. I'll do with my strongest 11, because why would I not? At this stage, they're all fully rested. They have the chance to recover as well. And a 3-1 win. Martinelli with a brace and Gabi Jesus after 3 minutes, however. Mansfield were dreaming. Unfortunately, that dream turned sour not long later. 1-0 up after 3 minutes, though. Something for the fans to have enjoyed briefly. But we're back into the next round of the FA Cup. Bye! Matt Turner gone to Fiorentina, which means I now definitely need a backup keeper sooner rather than later, please, if possible. We'll ignore the rating because that's broken at the moment. And Adebiosu still can't agree terms. Matt Turner has gone to Fiorentina, though. Granit Xhaka's had a bid from Lazio, which we'll reject. And Gabi Martinelli's had a bid from Chelsea, which we will reject. Not interested in selling Martinelli, especially to Chelsea. That said, we certainly could potentially buy Kante from Chelsea. Rumoured in real life to be potentially going... Oh, Pepe can't agree talks with Benfica. Go away, mate. Kante rumoured to be leaving Chelsea at the end of the season and has supposedly been offered to Arsenal and Tottenham. Mara Junior destroyed us when we played Everton and was very, very good indeed. He's only 79 rated. And the Robert Sanchez, 79, but he is 6'6". So it could be an option in goal. Jose Sarr, you've seen how good he was against us for Wolves. Would he make the step up to come to Arsenal, but as a fringe player or a backup goalkeeper? I don't know. Thomas Strakosha, similarly, would he make the step up to Arsenal but be a backup player? I don't know. 80 rated might not be good enough, really. And Musso has moved to Crystal Palace now from Atalanta, so he's no longer an option. So we'll remove him from the shortlist. Waiting for some more scout reports on a number of goalkeepers. For now, though, we shall keep going towards the next Premier League game. Now, Wolves have bid for Nicola Pepe. Absolutely agreed to do that. Liverpool want Smith Rowe. That's a no. Now, if Wolves do sign Nicola Pepe, they might be even more open to letting Pedro Neto come our way. Who have we gotten in the FA Cup next round? Oh, don't mind me whilst I'm physically sick. Peterborough United. Stoke we will play in the next game in the Premier League. And then it'll be Newcastle after that. And to be honest, I might like to play Peterborough to absolutely batter the bastards. Sergi Dada actually looks pretty good at 82 rated. But that's not what we're after. If I was looking for a squad player, I mean, he'd be great. But we're not. We're looking for a starter. Fiorentina have now come in for Nicola Pepe as well. He is hot property at the moment, Nicola Pepe. But he won't sign a contract with anyone, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, he will. Join me against Stoke, who have 9 points so far this season. Oh, Stoke City. They're not even the only ones. They got 9 points after 21 games, and they're not even bottom. That's Blackburn. Goal difference, outrageous. Stoke, a very deep 5-back with a CDM as well. Joseph Bursick in goal. Tom Edwards, Ben Wilmot, Carlos Gonzalez, Harry Sutar, Josh Timon. Etebo is that CDM. Then Jamiro Montero with Carlos Alcaraz. Up top is Maxence Bailey. A regen alongside Jacob Brown. They do have Tyrese Campbell on the bench. But it's no real surprise that they are where they are, nor that they have the points tally that they do with the team that they have there. I've made some changes to my starting lineup. You'll have either noticed them briefly on the way back to gameplay, or you'll notice them throughout the course of the game. Yuri Tielemans probably going to be dropping out of the starting lineup sooner rather than later for, well, hopefully a higher rated player, at least someone that is more impactful on the team than Tielemans currently is in that role. Tielemans is decent, and he has grown to 86 rated, but he's just, I don't know, improvable. He's not bad by any stretch. He's just improvable. There's no real other way to phrase it. We'll take a quick corner here, and we'll see if Gabby Martinelli can find a teammate. Marcus Thuram is there. He's not going to score, though, and Alcaraz hacks that away. And Brown trying to outmuscle him and can't. Ben White will keep with him, though. Gusto will chase after Josh Timon here on the wing, who stands it up into the middle, and I can't get there because Brown's teammate in the middle, almost American football style, blocked me and I couldn't get to it. Thankfully, his effort was awful, and we don't need to worry about going behind, but that could have been dangerous there. So, to Martinelli, into Marcus Thuram. Look at the run from Smith Rowe, and if the pass is good, which it is, we could be in, which we are, but the shot, combined with the first touch, is not the one from my man. I'm going to have that. Okay, I'm not going to have that. He's missed the ball there, Gusto. Etebo. Montero. Floated to Edwards, who's forward well. Oh, through the legs of the defender. Montero. Good block by Ramsdale. Need to get this away. Wasn't where that was supposed to go. It was supposed to go here. Thankfully, it hasn't cost us. Really poor from the defence there. Big switch. Not where that was supposed to go either. Was looking for Marcus Thuram, who is available at the back post, but we can't find him because the cross is blocked. But we'll try again from the set piece. Martinelli nearly found Thuram last time. He might nearly find Gabriel this time. He has found Gabriel, but it's gone wide. Etebo. Montero. And Bailey. And Alcaraz. And space in the middle for Brown. Needed saving. Was destined for that bottom corner. Montero to take the set piece. It's delivered well. Marquinhos wins it nicely. We'll chase after it. Brown is going to cut inside here. Jacob Brown. Well, could have taken the advantage. Oh, I tried to aim that at my goalkeeper. And he spun around and played it the other way. Aaron Ramsdale making a save again. Saving my and Ben White's blushes there. And get rid of this. Oh, Marquinhos just ran away. What is... I don't know what's happening. We're getting rid of it, though. That's the most important thing. But that was just a mess from everyone. Nicely intercepted by Gabriel. Trying to outmuscle him and does so brilliantly. Martinelli with a sharp turn. And a lovely ball into Tielemans. And here's Smith Rowe. And Eddie Nketiah's round the corner. And the defender was playing him on. And Eddie Nketiah has made the difference off the bench. He couldn't really miss. And it was the man in the middle. Was it number 28? No, the number 16 that dropped with the run of Erdegaard that played him onside. But simple finish. And that It's 1-0 to the Arsenal. Nketiah can't quite find Ødegaard. 1-0 though. Nketiah with the impact off the bench. An important goal. So thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. Very much needed. We were struggling to find a way through despite our chance creation being okay with regards volume. The quality of chance, not quite so high. But 3 points to 3 points. And hopefully Manchester United drop points on this particular match day and we'll be back top of the table with Newcastle to come midweek and still plenty of scout reports out. I don't know if we'll have anything to bring to you between games unless there's an outgoing agreed that's currently ongoing, which could well be the case. But for now, I'm going to advance towards Newcastle. And Ibioso rejecting more contracts. Great. Just piss off, pal. Hopefully Nicola Pepe can agree to leave as well. That's going to be Nicola Pepe pissing off. Has he gone to Wolves or has he gone to Fiorentina? That we're not too sure. He was in the process of negotiating with 2 different clubs. I imagine Wolves, because they were the ones that would probably be more likely to afford his wage expectations. Unfortunately for Nicola Pepe, didn't quite work out for him at Arsenal, despite the astronomical fee when he first came in of up to 80 odd million pounds. Didn't really work for him. Where's he gone? That's what I want to know. We'll find out momentarily. And it is going to be Fiorentina, isn't it? No, it is Wolves. I thought I could put all of my eggs in the Wolves basket and it'll be Fiorentina. Bye! Right, that frees up the space in the squad to bring in another wide man. Now, have we got a scout report back on Pedro Neto yet? I don't think so. Let's have a quick check. No, ongoing. Neto, I don't know if he's actually going to be good enough. It may well be Asensio or Sinisterra to come in from Leeds, perhaps. Having come to the Premier League and made an impression. Liverpool have bid £78.9 million for Yuri Tielemans. A player I'm looking to replace in the starting 11, but not looking to replace in the squad. Tielemans certainly offers us the quality that we would need from the bench or with a rotation of first-team players, with hopefully us cracking on in every competition this year. So we'll go and play Newcastle and then hopefully get the victory against Peterborough as well. 4-3-3 for the Magpies. Nick Pope, Trippier, Botman, Timber and Target. Gundogan, Guimaraes and Haidara, with Sigankov, Isak and Roland Fèvre now on the left-hand side of their front three. It's not a bad team for Newcastle, that. We, however, are at full strength and full stamina as well. Even those that played at the weekend against Stoke are fit enough and have recovered well enough to play here against Newcastle. So with the full strength team, we should be putting in a good performance, I hope. But Newcastle do have some good players in their team, including Bruno Guimaraes. Saliba with a good header there to get the ball away, even if it has still fallen to a Newcastle man. Fèvre to Target. Fèvre to Isak. And Gabriel says, thanks, mate. There's Saka. Ødegaard trying to shake off the attentions of the man in the middle, who just completely leaves him alone. We'll look for Gabby around the corner and into the middle, and Pellegrini cannot miss. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. And it's very well put together. Gabby Jesus, provider on this occasion. Lorenzo Pellegrini has been brilliant since we brought him in. Absolutely wonderful. Exactly what we were after in that position. Now thinking, when we replace Tielemans, to go for someone that's a little bit more defensive-minded, but still has the opportunity to get forward and offer something. Pellegrini, though, a dream so far in central midfield, and certainly an upgrade on Zinchenko or Granit Xhaka, that's for sure. No disrespect to either of those two real-life Arsenal players, but Lorenzo Pellegrini is a step above. Martinelli will turn. Gabby's there. Will drop the shoulder, trying to send the defender. Bruno is not to be sent. Haidara out to Fèvre. Tackled by Tomiyasu. Still got it, though, Fèvre, and he's gotten away from the Japanese. And still pretty decent in possession. Fèvre. Bruno Guimaraes does love a long-distance goal. Ask any real-life Newcastle fan. Goal for City. Brentford 1-0 down. But City aren't who we're keeping an eye on at the moment. Manchester United are the side, as we keep winning, whose points tally is better than ours. I'll lift this looking for Pellegrini, because there is a man in the way. Well, fair play for trying, but didn't quite go down as anticipated. Yuri Tielemans into Pellegrini again. And that wasn't necessarily whipped to the far top corner as I envisaged either. Pellegrini is very good, but clearly sometimes needs a little bit of help. Oh, lovely switch of feet from Martinelli. Really nicely done. Looking for Gabby Jesus. Runners needed. I see Saka on the far side. It's who we'll look for. Who will cut back in with the first touch and then look to bend it. But equally to Pellegrini. Couldn't get the whip or height that he needed on that shot. It's really poor from the goalkeeper, though. They do that a lot, goalkeepers, this year. I don't know whether you guys have noticed in your own saves. When they clear with their feet like that, it always seems to go to one of your men that stood in front of an opposition man. 1-0 up at the break, and look, the better team. Favre. Do not like playing against this Favre guy. He's really good. Not quite as tricky to deal with as Alan Saint-Maximin, but certainly not a bad replacement thus far with the way that he's played. Erdegaard out of his feet quickly to Gabby Jesus. And here is Pellegrini. And through there is Martinelli. Now he's in. He could go for goal. He could drill it across. It's not really drilled, is it? Particularly. Overlapping run from Tomiyasu's not needed as we win the game by a goal to 0. It was tight against Stoke. It was tight against Newcastle. But back-to-back victories in the Premier League to add to the victory in the FA Cup as well. And Manchester United are winning. But I don't see Chelsea scoring 2 in the last 15 if they're 2-0 down, albeit at home. So probably still second for the time being. Gibraltar's so struggling for time. The team comes first. And to be honest, Gibraltar is about to fall further down the pecking order when we bring in another player in that central area. But he's in as a squad player. And if he had signed the contract player role that I wanted him to, he wouldn't be complaining. But he forced my hand. Peterborough in the FA Cup. Ugh. Do I sim it and risk it, or do we play it? I would like to win the FA Cup. Drongowski is not good enough. Aldero, 80 rated. Not really good enough. Mamadishvili, 80 rated. His positioning is okay. 6'6", which will certainly perhaps add an extra stat or two to him. Gerbic is absolutely not good enough. And Savanier is 81 for that centre mid spot, but I'm wanting world class. I'm looking for a Tielemans improvement, and certainly he is not that. Is everybody going to be fully fit for this game against Peterborough? I've had a bid for Gibraltar So here from Manchester City, which we will absolutely be rejecting. And where are we in the league table? We're not sure. Is everybody fit against Borough? They're not. We will have to change things around a little bit, in which case I will play Peterborough here, and we will not finish the transfer window today. But Manchester United did drop points, in fact, earlier than that game against Chelsea. They drew 1-1 against Brighton on the weekend that we beat Stoke. So we are back top. Right. Do I sim Peterborough or not? I don't want to risk it. I want to try and win the FA Cup. I'm going to go and play it. No banana skins here, please. Christy Pym in goal. Dan Butler, Fabio Mercado, a regen, Josh Knight, Frankie Kent and Harrison Burrows. Jack Taylor and Jayando Fuchs, or Jayando Fuchs, or Jondo Fuchs. Mr. Fuchs. Kwame Poku at Cam. Johnson Clark Harris and Jack Marriott up top. We are, rather understandably, not at our strongest, but still certainly better in every given position. I don't want to go out the FA Cup anyway, so I was always going to play this regardless of opponent, unless it was another League 2 side. But with it being these guys, I couldn't. I'd never live it down if I was to sim it and lose it at all. So we shall play it and hopefully get a really, really, really convincing win. If ever I wanted an 8-1 win, it would be this one. Lovely little back heel. Xhaka will lift that. Oh, it could be a brilliant goal if Eddie Nketiah could actually shoot towards the corners. Marquinhos get it onto his left and deliver across, which is decent. Smith throws up. Mercado manhandles him to the ground there. It will fall for Gibraltar, but he can't keep that down. Here's Marriott. Oh, little back heel. And they're getting in here. Here's Butler from right wing back. Kieran Tierney beaten. Marriott, Xhaka, don't foul him, Granit. We know you got it in you. Taylor hit Ben White. Xhaka wins the header. Stacey forward. Look at Granit Xhaka, he's off. He's absolutely off. Go on, Granite. Go on, son. Oh, terrible chest control. So very nearly a wonderful solo goal for Granit Xhaka. Or at least the chance. Oh, Gibril So's won that back. It could still maybe be Granit Xhaka's time. It isn't. Johnson Clark Harris through the gap nicely. Butler's getting forward. Butler has been a pain in the dick, actually. Johnson Clark Harris winds up. Oh! Fires wide. Peterborough are in this. Very much so. Which I don't like at all. I mean, they got a man through there. Kwame Poku tackled well by Aspi. Marquinhos. Go on, Eddie. Can I find the ball in the channel for you, pal? Oh, Frankie Kent does very well. Highly rated Frankie Kent. Could be the next big thing centre-back-wise to come out of the lower leagues and make it to Premier League level. We shall wait and see. Granit Xhaka to Smith Rowe. Feel awful saying that about a Peterborough United man, but regardless of allegiances, game recognises game. It's going to be 0-0 here, though, in this game. And we've had chances. Their keepers made some good stops, but they had a couple of their own. It's not over yet. Any slip-ups from anyone else here? Manchester United 0-0 against QPR. Preston 1, Manchester City 0. That would be nice. Swansea 1, Newcastle 0. Potentially some banana skins in there. Found well. Stacey Hart. Future star that is... Oh, he's not even sparkling, let alone shining so far in any performance that he's played. Jack Marriott is in behind here and he's getting away from Aspi, and this is dangerous. Thank the Lord for Aaron Ramsdale. It might not be too long before we start calling on a little bit more quality in a number of areas. I'm not sure if the 5 substitute rule is in the FA Cup as well, real life, or whether it's just the 3. I imagine it's all domestic competitions. With FIFA, it doesn't. They don't actually change the rules per competition when it comes to things like that. It's just a blanket rule for all games. They should change the rules per competition as they do with things like extra time, etc. But they don't, which is where FM is better in that regard because it genuinely matches everything real life wise. Marriott. Ball inside to Clark Harris. Oh, nearly snuck in at the near post there, the Peterborough man. That could have been an embarrassing way to go 1-0 down. Eddie Nketiah in there to Marquinhos, who with good footwork will keep the ball and find Nketiah again. And Bobby Firmino is in. But look at the recovery of Frankie Kent there. Told you he's pretty good. I don't know how he grows in career mode, but certainly might be an option for a handful of you. He had teammates in support there. That is greedy. Jack Marriott was arriving. Marriott going off for them now. He could have ended. Coming off as a hero. And his teammate had a bit more vision. Smith Rowe. Oh my God. It is Ricky J. Jones, who's been on the pitch seconds, that gives Peterborough a 1-0 advantage. I was in control of someone there. And then someone else got involved. I don't know whether it actually changed player or not. But Smith Rowe came from behind. I think I was in control of Nketiah, or I was in control of the other. And I don't know what happened, but they both got in each other's way. It's fallen to Ricky J. Jones, and Peterborough lead. My worst nightmare. Eddie Nketiah wants to run, but he's not making runs I can use. Peterborough gone super defensive now, and the more we piss about with it in situations like this, the more the time is just going to get away from us. Oh my God. Don't tell me I played this to avoid a banana skin and then end up getting a banana skin. Oh, Frankie Kent, what an interception. He really is the real deal, isn't he? Seemingly. Annoyingly. Yuri Tielemans looking for Eddie Nketiah. Oh, God! I'm going to lose to Peterborough! I can't believe it! Ben White gets stuck in. Xhaka. I'll take a replay at this point. Eddie Nketiah looking through. And Knight puts the tackle in. Eddie's won it back, though. Oh, and he's given it straight to Taylor. I'm going to lose to Peterborough! I'm still going to lose to Peterborough! Oh, fuck my life! Marquinhos. Space for Tielemans. No, we're supposed to go to Emil Smith Rowe. I'm actually going to lose to Peterborough. I can't believe it. Oh, God. No, Johnson Clark Harris. I'm going to lose to Peterborough. This is the most embarrassing moment of my entire FIFA career mode career. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I could cry. That's worse than losing the North London derby. I could cry. Tackle. Firmino into Nketiah. Of course. Of course. Of course. With the last kick of the game, I finally get the goal I was looking for, but it's not enough. Of course. Back top of the Premier League. Back out of the FA Cup. Don't tell me Manchester City pulled it round. They're going to a replay. City equalise against Preston. I feel sick. I can't believe that's just happened. Pellegrini's grown again. He's up to 87. He might be peaked now. No, he's not. He could still go again, Pellegrini. Do I improve his tackling to make him a more all-round player? His passing's already good enough. Go on then. Let's make him a more all-round player. He could be 88 sooner rather than later in just 3 weeks' time. Someone will eventually agree contract terms with Ryan, but I don't know who it's going to be. Oh, I just feel awful. Swansea are coming through now as well. Bloody hell. I've never had anyone... There have been a couple throughout the course of the history of career mode. We've not had many players that have had so many bids and just turned down absolutely everyone that comes in for them. Crystal Palace next. And, oh, is that... I think that might be Ryan leaving. Thank God for that. He's going to Swansea for £1 million. I've got my scout reports back on my goalkeepers. Everyone is 82 rated, it seems. Apart from Keylor Navas. Keylor Navas is cheap. And back up at PSG. And I'd be quite happy to start him in every Champions League game. So I'm going to go for Keylor Navas. Because, why not? Market value of 2 million. They reckon I could get him for 6. I will bid 4. I will get him for 4. They said I'd have to pay up to 7.5. So yeah, it says market value 7.5 there. And then when we got into the deal, it said 2. Well, no wonder they accepted 4 then. I was going off this screen, not that screen. Oh well, 4 million is still an absolute steal for a goalkeeper of that level. He'll sign Crucial, and he'll play every Champions League game, but he's not going to be here for any longer than 2 years. Of course, has an in-game face as well. And 55 grand a week is absolutely agreeable. It says I've got 3.3 million in my wage budget. I don't know what I could potentially do with my transfer budget to change that from 3.3 million. I only need like 300 grand. So that's 3 million of wage budget that could go into the transfer budget. But because I don't have the slider anymore, I don't know what my potential upper reaches of my budget is. So I'm looking to sign a marquee player, but I have no idea what I could afford. So he's in. £4 million. It's probably going to tell me that I get an F for that because I could have done so much better. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, F. I could have saved 2.7 million. Oh, well. Junior will take out of there now. So, centre mid. No, we take all the goalkeepers out. Centre mid is next. Now, I'm leaning Brozovic or Kante because everybody else that's younger, signing a different save where I'm actually going to use them for more than just 6 months. Kante is rumoured to be coming to Arsenal in real life, and he's not as expensive. Leipzig have gone in for Brozovic. He's 86 rated, but he's not their go-to CDM anymore because they've signed Declan Rice at Inter Milan. I'm going to go Kante, you know. Rumoured to be leaving Chelsea at the end of the season IRL, and rumoured to have been offered to Arsenal in real life as well. I'm gonna go for Kante. I'll offer them 50. They want 81. You do know he's 32, right? How about 61? Come on, Mr. Potter. 81 again. The tension is sky high now. 70. Come on, he's 32. They'll say yes to 70. Deary me, that nearly got out of control, didn't it? £190,000 available. Oh, sorry, £190,000 is what he's on. He wants crucial. See, look, it says weekly budget, £2 million. What does that mean I could potentially have in my transfer budget when I go out to look for a winger? I don't know. I've absolutely no idea. He was signed for 2 years with disregard a release clause. £3.5 million for bonuses. Get out. You can have 125 grand a week, though. You want 150 now. It's still a wage cut. N'Golo Kante on £150,000 a week will sign. We don't need to see the exact same screen again. Exact same cutscene again. Kante comes in for 70 mil. Let me guess. I get a B. In fact, that might actually be the first time I've gotten a B. I've either gotten A, Ds, or Fs. Right, let's take everybody off the shortlist then. There were a number of players on there, but I think that's probably Asensio or Sinistera. I think I'm going to go for Sinistera anyway. Right, approach to buy. Let's get Sinistera in as a backup winger. He's 83 rated and can certainly do a job. And will definitely make an impact off the bench. You want Jibril So? No. 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 I contemplated that for quite a while, actually. But no. 56.4, reasonable offer. Sinistera has come to the Premier League from the Eredivisie, been with Leeds for 18 months and made a great impact, grown very well, and will come in and be a rotation player. Banging. He's happy with that. I'm happy with that too. So we're going to get all of our signings done today. But with Crystal Palace next in the league, and I don't know, he's on 40 grand. I'll offer him 80. He should just sign that without any qualms. Oh, okay. You can ask for 87. You can have 87. So I don't think I'm going to do anything else transfer business-wise at this stage. I don't know whether I'm going to get an A, B, D, or F. Give me a C. I've not had a C before. What do you know? Good price. Could have saved 9.5 million apparently. Oh well. Right, that's a number of new signings in then. One of which will go straight into the starting lineup. Yuri Tielemans will go to the bench ahead of So. Marquinhos will come out there and Sinistera will go in. Kante will go into the starting lineup for So. I might have to actually swap those two around. Can I make... If I drop Gabriel 2, I should be able to make Kante CDM. I'll try and make Kante CDM. There we go. So that'll go very nicely. That'll do very nicely indeed. Sinistera to make the impact off the bench. Kante to be a higher rated player in the starting lineup. And Navas will be the go-to for Champions League games. Okay, we are set then. With, unfortunately, only two competitions left to try and win this season. But two competitions I am adamant that I will win. A bid for So, which we will reject. We'll sim this Palace game then and end the transfer deadline day today. It will be a bumper transfer special, or a bumper length transfer special. We're away from home, but everybody's fully fit, and we should win this 8 times out of 10. Gabby Jesus, Pellegrini, Saka, and Gabby Jesus again. A 4-1 win. Good. Maybe I should have simmed Peterborough, but I wanted to play them. Evidently, that was a mistake. Fuck my life. Right, transfer deadline day. What is going to happen with the final moments of this window? We're not going to be strengthening anymore. But work harder, Emil. Give me more of an end product. There may yet be some interesting signings to come. Lackluster debut? How is it a lackluster debut? We won 4-1. Harvey Elliott rumoured to be going to Vallecano. Apparently, Gabby Martinelli is rumoured to be going to Spurs. Over my and every Arsenal fan's dead bodies, I think you'll find. Have they bid for him? They actually have. I would never live that down if I accepted that bid. Saw there that Manuel Locatelli has moved and he's gone to Villarreal. Jalhanoglu's gone to Real Madrid as well. So some of the players we were interested in moving on. Rainier's gone on loan to Lens. And the other... Oh, Fikayo Tomori, 96.5 to Bayern Munich. That's a sizable figure. Liverpool looking to strengthen its centre-back as well, potentially with Tapsoba. But Nuno Tavares, we will reject that. Thank you very much. Nuno Tavares is rock solid, actually. Can recommend. If you want someone that's lower rated, so that won't cost as much money, that is still very capable of doing a job, sign Nuno Tavares. I saw there that Alban Lafont had gone to PSG, so they have replaced Keylor Navas. Ousmane Dembele potentially to Manchester City. I'd be intrigued to see if that goes through. Rumoured and not necessarily done. Gonzalo Inacio, though, has gone to West Ham. They've improved at the end of the window, and he has gone. £88.2 million. Ousmane Dembele becomes the second biggest deal in that window. I'll show you the biggest deals all told for the window, but that is that for that particular transfer window, and that is that for the last transfer window of this save. So Ousmane Dembele was the second biggest. Tomori was the biggest. Let's see what else we've got. Jude Bellingham to Liverpool, 86.5. One that didn't show up in the listings, that should have but didn't. At least I didn't glance it anyway. Kante, obviously. Anything else for January? Locatelli we saw. So certainly if we saw Locatelli, then we should have seen, although Locatelli was deadline day as well, so it was only deadline day that it was showing. Sinistera was me. Inacio we saw on deadline day. Anything else in? Or Simakan was December. Well-known Basque player, Simakan. To be fair, he's French. He might be from the Basque region of France. I'm not sure. You guys will have to let me know. I doubt it, though. Tapsoba did go to Liverpool. Buendia's gone to Monaco. That happened in December as well. In September, Jurrien Timber agreed to join Newcastle. He was there when we played them earlier today, obviously, and started for them. Meyer to Fiorentina on deadline day. Jimenez to Liverpool was done in September, so that's gone through in January. Gundogan signed for Newcastle. I thought that he moved on to free in a previous episode as well. Mikel Merino went to Aston Villa. Dan Yuma's gone to Leipzig. Dan Yuma was recommended by you guys, but we went for Sinister instead. Then Dia has gone to Benfica, and that is the smallest one that we can see from this season. So, as we enter the second half of the season, Real Betis have bid 56 million for Gabriel. We will be top of the Premier League table with not necessarily a favourable, but not the most difficult that we could have had opponents in the Champions League. If that's the double that we get, that's the double that we'll take. No FA Cup, despite reaching the final last year. Oh, slipping on banana skin this year. I can't believe it. I will not live that down for a long, long, long time. Tomorrow, we'll go and get ourselves through in the Champions League, shall we? At least one step closer. And keep ourselves top of the Prem too. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate the support. I'll see you next time.